Yo, so we are real knitters now, people, because if you've got to this point, you've knit a whole body and you are up to shaping a neckline. So what we are going to learn here is from essentially this row, which is going to give us the opportunity to shape a neckline in, which for a jumper would be you'd put a collar in here, or for a cardi you'd put the edge of a ribbing in here. So we're going to do the start of the shoulder shaping row to show you what it's like. Alright, I'll get where I'm up to. So you would have done the body, and now you'll be up to a row in your pattern that looks a bit like this, row 9, and it looks like gobbledygook, but don't worry, we'll get there. So what this is saying essentially is, so in the square brackets is your different size options. So I'm knitting, so that's 8, 10 to 12, 14 to 16, 18 to 20, 22. I'm knitting a size 10 to 12. So I'm paying attention to the first number inside the square bracket. So I'm going to knit 12, knit 2 together. So all that means is you are going to, instead of stab one person at a time, you're going to stab 2 people at a time, essentially. Knit 2 together, then you cast off 8. So if you've got here to this point, you actually potentially you haven't cast anything off yet. So there is a cast off video, but I'll be going through that now anyway. Casting off is just getting your stitches off the needle. Knit 2 together, knit 2, knit 2 together, and so you're essentially mirroring. It's going to be even on each side. So let's get going, eh? Where's my other needle? I need 2 needles. I'll put my yarn there nicely. Here's my other needle. So knit 12 is where I'm starting. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that bit is easy peasy. Alright, so the next bit is knit 2 together. So like I said, let's get this all nice. Instead of stabbing one person to knit one stitch, you're going to stab 2 people. So you essentially go in for 2 stitches and then you knit exactly the same way. And so you can see those 2 stitches caught there. It looks a bit wonky, but it evens out. I'll repeat it on the other side, so if you are confused by that, hold your horses. Okay, so the next one is knit 2, knit 2. See, it seems weird, but when you break it down, it's actually all good. Casting off. So casting off is getting your stitches off the needle. So you do 2 knit stitches, so 1, 2. For casting off, you always start with 2 stitches on the needle, because what you're going to be doing is bringing this, the first one you did as part of your cast off, over the one on the edge. I use my fingers actually. Bring it up and over. Oh, got caught a little bit. Up and over. So that's 1 cast off. So you go knit like you normally would to put another knit stitch on, and then up and over to cast it off. Knit like you normally would. I'm going to try and do it with my needle, because some people do like that. I just find it awkward. Oh, there you go. You kind of catch it with your needle and bring it up and over. 3, 4, 5. And you don't want to be holding this too tight while you're casting off, otherwise it kind of puckers. 6, 7, and 8. So you have now 8 cast off 8 stitches. So the next thing says knit 2. You've already got 1 stitch. See, look, you can see where you've cast off. All of those are beautifully off the needle. So you've already got 1 on there, so we do another one to have our knit 2. Then it says knit 2 together. So remember, we don't stab 1, we stab 2 people at the same time. And we wrap them up, fling them off. You can again see the 2 strands, and it looks wonky, but it evens out. and then knit 12. So I should have 12 on here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So you can always check by counting that you've done it right, done your counting right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, sorry, it's quite hard to knit and look through a camera. 10, 11, yep, 12. Okay, so what you're going to have here is some stitches on the needle, then a gap where you cast off, and more stitches on the needle, and hopefully they should be the same. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 15. Great success, that's the first part.